Hey guys, don't forget to use my link in the description below for this cool, durable survival flashlight. It's 1200 lumens bright. You don't need batteries because it's powered by the sun. You get this compass so that you know where you're going. You can charge your cell phone with it. It's got multi-function flashing modes. It's got a little hammer. You can hang it by this little magnet right here. You can cut things with it. It's just a cool, durable survival flashlight. If you use my link in the description below, you'll get 50% off the regular price.
Being arrested by order followers just because you're in possession of something politicians said you couldn't have is criminal all by itself. But can you imagine going to jail for 3 months because you possessed a bag of cotton candy?
A woman is suing Monroe County after a wrongful arrest because a roadside drug test falsely labeled a bag of cotton candy as methamphetamine.
Daisha Fisher was kidnapped by police and thrown into a cage for months, not because she did anything wrong, but because police couldn't tell the difference between cotton candy and meth. Now Fisher, who's a new grandma, is going after the police who did this to her, as well as the company who manufactures the dangerously inaccurate test cops used to take her freedom. This horror story for Fisher started back on New Year's Eve of 2016, a day this innocent woman says she'll never forget. As the video shows, the bag police claimed contained meth was obviously a bag used to hold cotton candy. Fisher noted that Deputy Cody Maples and Deputy Kevin Williams asked her what was in the bag. When she told them it was cotton candy, they didn't believe her. According to the incident report, these expert drug recognition officers claimed that based on the packaging and the crystal-like feature, Corporal Williams tested the substance. The officers then used the highly faulty field test kits, which have been known to repeatedly produce false positives. Predictably, the cotton candy falsely tested positive for drugs. Fisher then became one of the many women and men to suffer horrific fates at the hands of negligent cops in their continued use of faulty field drug test kits, which enables them to beef up numbers for the prison industrial complex. How convenient. In fact, tens of thousands have been convicted and served time, even earning the black mark of a felony for crimes they likely didn't commit. Why? Because the cases against them relied on horribly unreliable field drug test kits. These tests are so prone to error that courts won't allow their submission as evidence. In spite of that, their continued use by law enforcement, coupled with the 90% rate at which drug cases are resolved through equally dubious plea deals, needlessly ruins thousands of lives. Daisha Fisher is just one of those people. As WMAZ reports, this innocent grandma was put in jail for more than 3 months. Fisher says a judge set her bond at $1 million. In March 22nd of 2017, GBI lab tests came back and said there were, quote, no controlled substances confirmed in the sample.
They found the cotton candy in the floorboard of the car.
She says Deputy Cody Maples and Deputy Kevin Williams asked her what was in the bag. She said it was cotton candy, but they didn't believe her.
I want Monroe County to pay for what they did to me.
Now, she's going to sue the city and the police department, but if history is an indicator, the only people to really pay for locking up an innocent grandma for cotton candy will be taxpayers. Cops don't assume personal responsibility. Maybe if they did, these things wouldn't be happening. Sadly, Fincher's story is extremely common and happens every day throughout the United States. The standard $2 field drug tests manufactured by the Safariland Group have been proven to be unreliable, and according to the manufacturer, should not be used as a standalone test for convictions related to drug possession. So, given the fact that these drug tests can't be submitted in courtrooms as evidence, and the company itself states that it should not be used by itself to convict people, cops still continue to cage people for failing these tests. So that's a pretty good indicator that they'll do whatever they can to acquire the tools necessary to serve as their justification to throw people in jail anyway. Studies have shown that everyday food, spices, and medicine tested positive in field drug tests. In one experiment, scientists even discovered that air could set off a false positive for these tests. According to Forensic Resources, the director of a lab recognized by the International Association of Chiefs of Police for Forensic Science Excellence has called field drug test kits totally useless due to the possibility of false positives. In laboratory experiments, at least 2 brands of field testing kits have been shown to produce false positives in tests of Mucinex, chocolate, aspirin, and oregano. Dr. Frederick Whitehurst, a PhD chemist and former FBI lab supervisor, has also voiced objections, saying that he has, quote, no confidence at all in those test kits. And they're still using these results to throw people in cages. According to the National Litigation and Public Policy organization, the Innocent Project, at any given time there are an estimated 40,000 to 100,000 innocent people currently locked in a cage in U.S. prisons. I've produced video after video documenting cops harassing, fining, caging, and even murdering innocent people. In spite of the fact that these people haven't harmed or threatened to harm anyone, policy enforcers who blindly followed the edicts of politicians continue to literally destroy countless lives. Why? Because man-made laws are designed to do 2 things that greatly benefit the ruling class. They're there to, number 1, control the people, and number 2, generate revenue for those rulers. And this is only made possible by the order-following enforcement class, those cops who claim to be protecting and serving you. Rather than protecting you and serving you, they're harassing you and collecting from you. The only ones they're really protecting and serving are themselves and their political masters. Guys, thanks for watching. I create at least 1 new video every day. If you get something out of this content and you want to be alerted when I upload new material, subscribe to High Impact Vlogs, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Because the specter of censorship and termination looms over channels like mine, be sure to subscribe to my free private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. And if you think it's worth helping the cause of truth here on this channel, you can support my work on Patreon or PayPal, or you can grab a hard-hitting shirt from the most politically incorrect shirt store on the planet. There are over 100 kick-ass designs, and I'm adding new ones every week. All these links are in the description and in the pinned comment. Remember, don't just believe anything and keep questioning everything. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored video.